Is the latest school in the try to launch an esports team, and while the team is having fun, why wouldn't you? They're also learning some valuable life skills.
I can just hear Jack saying this to you as
He's
well.
already said it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's ready.
Well, joining us this morning to share more is Tu Nguyen. He is GTCC's esports coach. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, it's nice to see you.
Absolutely. Well, we have to get straight into it. Esports is obviously a huge industry across the world right now with, kids, older adults, everybody seems to be playing some sort of video games online. So I have to ask you first, what inspired you to bring the esports team to GTCC? What opportunity did you see there?
So with Guilford Tech, we serve the community and we hope to get everyone onto the pathways of either to a transferable degree or into a technical degree that gets into some sort of job within an industry and start their careers. To get them succeeding with it, they're very interested in cooperating with esports or gaming. And so having it here, having it on campus and allowing them to interact with the community has shown to help them progress through their entire academic career. It shows a lot more investment in being successful in the classroom and online, and then gaining all these skills so that when they're finished with their pursuit here, they're able to go to the next level and already have the skills that they need to succeed.
I'd like to talk about those skills for a second. I grew up playing video games. It kind of started with my generation. I still play them with my 13-year-old son. He's expressed some interest in either studying esports or being part of an esports team in the future. To a parent, it sounds like all they want to do is go to school and play video games. I know that's not the case, but talk about what some of these valuable skills that you're talking about are, just so parents can help identify that.
So in the current world, to succeed in any job, you need to have a lot of interpersonal skills to be able to communicate, to look at problems and be able to solve those at a very quick moment with very large amounts of information being given to you. So all of my students that are athletes, they're able to process the information very fast, make decisions, communicate to each other effectively, because you can't just communicate with a lot of extra verbiage that's not needed. So because of that, they gain these communication skills that some people do believe is lost sometimes and they need to gain them before they go into a job. Alongside amazing problem-solving skills and work ethics, they have a big dedication every week to practice times, to match times, being professional amongst each other and their opponents. So all these are very directly correlated to what they need when they go into those industries or just succeeding in their college education.
That was a really good answer.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
And I like how you called them athletes, because we don't think of them as athletes in the traditional sense, but they are a part of a sports team, even if it is esports.
True.
Absolutely. Well, we know that the team also has to take time to prepare for those matches as well. How long is that process exactly? Like, how many days or how many hours are they putting in work to make sure that they're in tip-top shape?
So currently so each team, we have over 9 at this time amongst the different titles. The larger teams of 5 and 4 will spend about 3 hours each session, usually 3 times a week. This can go from creating strategies, planning, knowing who your next opponent is, being able to divulge a plan that is to counter their strategy. Not only that, but to practice implementing the strategy over and over, such as running drills, in the game and everything like that. And then finally with their match times, some may take an hour, some have taken up to 3 hours with overtime and everything like that. So it can get, and as I said, they have a very strong mental resiliency to continue through these practice hours while being able to keep up with their studies. And all of them are succeeding well academically while doing so.
That's terrific. Sounds like a great program. If students are interested, how can they participate?
So if you go to gcc.edu/esports, you'll be able to see our website, and it gives a breakdown of the different levels of competition of our highest, and then we have our intramurals, how to contact us and how to express interest and we help students get through the steps of do I come here for college and where do I go from there as well. So that's the easiest way.
Terrific.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Tu, for joining us this morning. And of course, good luck to all the players and athletes on the teams as well. And of course, if you at home would like to just learn a little bit more information about GTCC, just head over to that website, like Tu said. It's right there on your screen right now, gtcc.edu. Thank you again for joining us.